I want to talk to you about a young person, not a statistic, not a case file, not a behaviour incident. A young person who walked through your gates this morning carrying something no one asked them about. Maybe it was a conflict at home before they even had breakfast. Maybe it was 3 days of silence from their closest friend. Maybe it was a community who already decided what they were going to be, and it was not good. They sat in your classroom. They seemed disengaged. They reacted to something small that felt enormous. And someone in your team wrote it up as a behaviour incident. But here is something I need you to hear. That young person was not misbehaving. They were communicating the only way they knew how. And the reason that is the only way they knew is because no one has ever taught them another way. We teach young people what to think, what to read, how to pass an exam, what to write. But we haven't spent enough time teaching them how to feel something without it destroying everything around them. We need to teach them how to disagree without it becoming a war, how to carry everything life puts on them without it spilling onto everyone else. That is not your fault as an educator. You are working within a system that was never designed to teach them those things. However, that system is sitting in your classroom every day. There's a young person, arms folded, eyes down, waiting, not for another consequence, but for someone who sees them differently. I think the most powerful thing a school leader can do right now is ask one different question of every young person who ends up in front of them. Not what did they do, but what do they not yet know how to do? That one shift from behaviour to skill changes the conversation you end up having with that student. It changes what your staff are equipped to do before it ever reaches your desk. And over time, it changes the culture of your entire school, not because you enforced it, but because you grew it. The young people in your school are not problems to be managed. They are young people to be equipped. They are young people carrying conflicts they did not choose in a world that gave them no tools to handle it. You have the power to change that, not with a policy, not with a consequence, but with a decision. The decision to teach your students the one skill no one else is teaching them. How to resolve conflict, how to communicate when everything feels impossible, how to navigate the hardest moments of being human without destroying themselves or the people around them. That is what I do, and I would love to do it in your school. If anything I have said today has landed, click the link in the caption. One conversation, that's where it starts.